About author. My name is Arunakumar Tava, a dynamic executive with 16 years of experience with demonstrated leadership skills in setting up and managing global teams, proficient in selling and delivering digital engagements, architecture services, and IT transformation programs across multiple industries, regions, cultures, and technologies. I am also an enterprise leader with strong consulting capabilities, drives, and influences. Best-in-class solutions that meet business needs with a strong focus on innovation and market awareness of emerging trends across business, product, and technology. I am married and my wife's name is Kirti and had a daughter, late Devisri Tava, 6 years old, passed away in July 2019. This ebook is dedicated to my daughter. The 1-minute product manager will help you and your team to understand the product methodology, strategy, structure, roadmap, and best practices, helping you to find fresh and far more effective solutions to challenges in today's world. Today's corporate world will compel firms to change faster and more frequently with less resources in order to keep up with expanding globalization. This framework or tool will help you get the required insights and information so that you can better position yourself to add the most value. Product owners/leaders, business managers, their team, and even the people who hired them. What is it for? How can we appreciate our position as a product manager in any business with a desire for creating one of the best products that any company has ever imagined? These tips will assist you in improving your product manager skills. As a product manager, you must be able to 1. Get things done. 2. Have a deep understanding of products. 3. Build business strategy. 4. Lead a team. And what do you 5. When you hear about product manager in your mind? As a product manager, your goal is to ensure the product's success in all aspects. Your role is to make your users and customers enjoy the product, to help the product become a successful, long-term business, and to ensure that the product's development teams are enthusiastic about their work. To me, a product manager is someone who collaborates with others to define and say things like, "This is how here things should function, and this is why it should work that way." A product manager's task is to find a product that is useful, the intersection between business, technology, and user experience, which are core elements of product management. Let us understand each of these in detail. Business aims to maximize business value and optimize a product in order to meet business objectives while maximizing return on investment. User experience, UX, the product manager is the customer's voice within the company. Working closely with internal and external UX designers and researchers, as well as going out to talk to customers, testing the product, and obtaining feedback personally, are all part of this process. Technology spend more time with the development team than anybody else in the company, and need to communicate with their engineers in a common language. The trouble is that a product is more than just a set of features, it's also how you talk about it, how you attract people, the sales process you go through to actually close a customer, and the experience someone has while going through that process. All of this is considered part of the product, the role of a product manager. Product managers are in charge of driving a product's success and leading the cross-functional team charged with upgrading it. It is a significant organizational function that determines the strategy, roadmap, and feature description for a product or product line, especially in technology firms. Marketing, forecasting, and profit and loss, P&L, responsibilities may also be part of the job description. In many aspects, a product manager's job is comparable to that of a brand manager of a consumer goods company. Product managers provide strong product knowledge to the table, allowing them to lead the organization and make strategic product decisions. The role encompasses a wide range of operations, from strategic to tactical, and it provides critical cross-functional leadership, particularly among engineering, marketing, sales, and support teams. The product manager is in charge of establishing the why, when, and what of the product being built by the engineering team. This entails leading cross-functional teams from the creation of a product to its launch. What are all the different stages in it? Product management actions flow from strategic to tactical. The entire product management process may be broken down into 4 stages. 1. Develop a vision. 2. Develop a strategy. 3. Development of new products. Outbound activities may be included in each stage. A product manager does not do all tasks, but rather supervises their execution. Inbound activities focus on product development and include the following: creating a vision for the product, product planning, product strategy, testing, product development, product launch. Outbound activities are oriented toward the marketing of a product and its sales. This includes branding, sales, and analysis of customer feedback. These activities comprise differentiation from the competition, market research, positioning, branding, customer communication/experience, customer interviews, pricing, promotion and advertising, distribution and sales. Understand each of the stages in detail. Vision development. The importance of product vision in product management cannot be overstated. If product management were a road, the vision would be both a road sign and a destination. Vision defines the ultimate product and illustrates the path to getting there. It's not yet a product development plan, but when a team discusses a new product, this is where the strategy creation begins with concept management. The vision might be expressed during a brainstorming session, or it can be based on a backlog of ideas. A product manager defines the product's goals and specifications while defining the vision. The following questions are answered by a well-defined product vision. What is the product's user persona, personas? What issues will the product address? How will we know if the product is a success? For the definition of the product vision, use the template below. This diagram helps you to formulate the vision activity. Strategy development. Once you've established your vision, you'll need to turn it into a strategy. While a product's vision defines its objectives, its strategy outlines how to attain them and establishes key milestones. This must be a clear and realistic plan for the product development team. The major characteristics of a product, consumers and their needs, and key performance indicators, KPIs, that the product must meet are all defined in an effective product strategy. Product strategy is usually defined in the form of a written roadmap that allows a team to keep track of the project at all times. A roadmap is a tool that shows the vision, goals, and present stage of product development and provides a structure for a team with a time frame and specific actions. My suggestions for persons from all backgrounds who want to bridge the gap and go into the role of product manager. If you're a techie, this is for you. Because a PM is a leadership post, you must first lead, make critical product decisions. Suggestions for additional features and how to implement them are welcome. Focus groups can be used to back up your ideas. Begin your side project or business. It doesn't have to succeed in order to provide you significant practice with positioning and KPIs. Furthermore, any project can be used as a case study to present new employees or your existing boss. If you're coming from marketing, although product managers and marketing managers do a lot of the same things, there is one major difference: a PM is significantly involved in product creation. Learning to grasp development procedures, technology, and effective communication with the engineering team will be your primary goals. Because marketing professionals aren't expected to actively connect with the IT side of many projects, you'll have to begin dialogues and put your existing skills to use. Knowing what problems clients face on a daily basis allows you to provide your own solutions and estimate how much time and engineering effort it will take to solve them. If you're a designer, if you're in a similar situation, take advantage of this opportunity to learn more about the decisions that led to the changes you're being asked to make. If you don't already have it, ask questions and seek access to client feedback. The process of bringing a new product to market is known as new product development, NPD. New products can include items that your company has never created or sold before but have been brought to market by others. For the first time, product innovations are generated and brought to market. New product development in 7 simple steps. The first step is to generate ideas. Step 2, screening/evaluation of ideas. Step 3, put your ideas to the test. Step 4, analytical business. Step 5, make a product. Step 6, put your marketing to the test. Step 7, go live. It begins with innovative product concepts that meet client needs, from an organization, customers, or partners. The most successful new product design concepts are those that are in sync with the product development plan. A flexible, lightweight idea generation approach nurtures the concepts. The work in the new product development process is done by agile cross-functional teams. As a result, a new product has emerged that thrills clients while also allowing for new product development at all stages, including execution, marketing, and sales. A corporation can use it to figure out what customers want and build a plan that will lead to a successful product. Because it is commonly used for everything from conceptually fresh items to old wine in new bottles, the word new is occasionally overused in marketing. The following are the primary categories of product development. New concepts are wholly new items that have emerged as a consequence of innovation and can occasionally establish new markets. New items that enhance current product lines are called additions to existing product lines. A provider of industrial gases, for example, might add a new, smaller cylinder to an existing product line to cater to customers that demand lower amounts of gas. Existing product modifications, existing items that have been adjusted to better fulfill client needs, such as greater performance. Key questions to consider during market research. Is the concept's goal apparent, and can potential customers be persuaded of the product's advantages? This will demonstrate the offering's clarity and purpose. Is there a need for the product? What are the special requirements of potential users? This will determine the product's demand. How are existing items used, for example, for how long, how often, and for what purpose? This will demonstrate how individuals purchase existing things. What problems do individuals have when using current products, and what needs aren't being met? What percentage of current product users are happy with the products and their suppliers? This will reveal any market inefficiencies. Is the price appropriate in light of the perceived benefits of the concept? This will reveal whether customers are willing to pay a reasonable price for the new product. What percentage of potential customers are likely to purchase the product? This will demonstrate purchase intent, or how many individuals are likely to buy the new product, at least on the surface, as the promotional push will undoubtedly influence this. A mix of qualitative and quantitative research will almost probably be required for new product research. To have a thorough grasp of issues such as requirements and unmet needs, qualitative research is required. It gives respondents more latitude in terms of investigation based on their areas of interest. Focus groups or depth interviews are the most common qualitative research instruments, as they allow for questioning and digging well beneath the surface of the issue. Market research used typically at all stages from inception to maturity. The product life cycle is divided into stages. It can be used for a variety of things, including identifying unmet needs, projecting likely demand, pricing, influencing product specifications, and selecting optimal price points, to mention a few. Furthermore, market research can uncover new product prospects as well as revitalize old products by introducing new features or identifying new consumers. Given the expenses of innovation, R&D, and commercialization, as well as the costs of maintaining an aged, poor product development research has a high return. Let us understand the product Manger trends out in the market. Two major trends are business trends, global competition, cost pressure, demand for value and ever-changing expectations. Product management trends, focus on value creation, blue ocean, customers are part of the value creation, dynamic segmentation down to the single buyer segment and solution, management with products, services. This is particularly true for product managers, whose importance expanded in 2020 and will continue to grow in 2021 as organizations become more digital. While the anticipated approval of numerous vaccinations promises to put an end to the coronavirus era, it will take time to inoculate everyone. Digital products will be critical to corporate expansion. Product roles are becoming more specialized. Product operations managers are on the rise. Product management tools are evolving at a breakneck pace. COVID-19 is still having an impact on how we work. It's more important than ever to form meaningful consumer relationships. The once slow expansion of digital commerce exploded in 2020, as brick-and-mortar companies were forced to rely on online sales to stay afloat. Other historically physical areas, such as finance, healthcare, and education, have also become more digitally reliant. Product managers were promoted to more key roles in their organizations as corporations around the world advanced their digital transformation initiatives. We forecasted this transition last year when we predicted that businesses would begin to see the value of digital experiences for both customers and businesses. We never expected the tremendous rate of change in 2020, but we expect it to continue. Great product managers usually needed to be well versed in all aspects of the product development process. However, as the function grows in relevance and firms establish larger product teams, we'll see a rise in specialization as product managers focus on certain areas. Businesses are already looking for experts in areas including customization, platform components, enterprise, growth, mobile, and operations, according to product-related job postings. As major, historically non-digital organizations broaden their product emphasis, the demand for specialists will rise, while the talent pool is unlikely to be sufficient to fill these newly opened positions. Over the next year, companies that are able to put together the perfect team of complementary product specialists will have an advantage over their competitors. One of the most important of the new product management expert roles will be the product operations manager, whose job will be to supervise and improve how the entire product team functions, from alignment to communication to processes. Because of the increasing specialization of products, efficient operations are becoming increasingly vital. Product operations managers must guarantee that those newly diverging teams are set up to focus on what they do best while collaborating effectively with one another and the rest of the company. This will entail defining, developing, and implementing new processes for the entire product team, as well as investigating, selecting, and integrating the finest technologies and services available. The expanding product management software ecosystem, which now contains hundreds of solutions to assist with all stages of the product life cycle, will require product operations to unlock efficiency. These services, like the product manager function, are becoming more specialized. Consider Miro for visual collaboration, Amplitude for consumer behavior analytics, and Prodpad for strategic planning and capturing deep user insights. The greatest of these technologies don't only improve existing operations, they also open up new possibilities for how teams collaborate. By combining with other specialist tools, the next generation of product management solutions will need to provide the new breed of specialists with increased depth and flexibility, all while remaining accessible to stakeholders outside the product team, including customers. Product operations will require additional features and capabilities as they establish and create methods for managing their teams, accelerating evolution across the entire ecosystem. For businesses throughout the world, 2020 was a year of firefighting, as they spent their days adapting to ever-changing market conditions and the abrupt move to complete remote working. In 2021, things are unlikely to alter significantly. Most realistic estimates of vaccine rollouts predict that we won't see entire offices, regular travel, or face-to-face meetings again until around 2022. As businesses devote more attention to long-term planning in the coming year, more proactive management and refinement of existing remote practices will be required. Product managers will need to develop strategic planning methods that aren't reliant on an endless succession of intense video meetings. Increasing company visibility, encouraging contributions from a wider range of stakeholders, and giving everyone more time to get work done will all benefit from expanding access to tools that promote successfully synchronous collaboration. Product management has steadily evolved from an internal or technological focus to incorporate more external customer participation in recent years. Product teams can produce better goods and services for more people if they have a deeper knowledge of what users genuinely want. However, the impact of COVID-19 has made it more difficult to retain those connections, as face-to-face workshops, talks, and user testing have all as a product manager. Any successful product must have a well-designed product roadmap. Product managers that are effective use product roadmaps to guide their teams toward a vision of the future. A product roadmap's objective is to identify critical steps to take and when they should be taken. The process of creating a product roadmap is similar to that of arranging a road trip. Consider the most recent trip you planned. You probably started by deciding on important destinations, dates, and a theme for the types of experiences you wanted to have on your road trip. You might also come up with product strategy as a product manager. How you achieve that vision is what product strategy is all about. It could be your value proposition, or it could comprise major feature areas as well as business objectives. That method could be implemented for a year or more. Following that, you most likely dived into research to flesh out the specifics of each of the trip stops. You had to make trade-offs based on the details, and you probably added, eliminated, or changed the sequence of destinations based on the constraints you faced at the time. This is something that product managers do all the time for their product teams. They undertake these road mapping exercises in order to lead their teams on a journey toward the company's product goal. Product roadmaps, as the name implies, are guides that outline the steps necessary to get from where you are now to where you want to go. Focus, it begins by placing a lens over the work and concentrating on the fundamental value. Alignment, to be clear about their roles and the outcomes of their work. Prioritization, knowing what to do is just half of the battle, knowing when to do it is the other. Prioritization is a crucial component of a successful roadmap. Visibility, to envision potential problems and opportunities by prioritizing the work. Vision, a compelling vision should depict a brighter future for your customers. It has nothing to do with you. Everything comes down to them. It's a strategy that lays out a product's short and long-term objectives and explains how they'll be met. Product roadmaps can include a wide range of time periods. Because different companies and teams have varied timelines, this is the case. Painting a projection 12 months into the future, or 4 quarters, is one technique to put out a product roadmap. The first quarter has a 90% confidence level, the second quarter has a 70% confidence level, the third quarter has a 50% confidence level, and the fourth quarter has a 30% confidence level. The first step in building a product roadmap is defining the product's strategy. I have explained in earlier sections. That comes from the vision you have for the product. Then, you and your team will need to gather information from 2 main sources: your customer support or sales team and your product users. This will give you a good base to assigning a time frame to your initiatives. Keep in mind that a product roadmap should be a strong foundation for all decisions, but it should be flexible. After all, the landscape might change and you might need to reprioritize. Plus, hidden complexity, bugs, or delays could all shift your roadmap. So, it's not possible to be 100% confident in any quarter, and it's also hard to maintain the same level of confidence when projecting multiple quarters out because each future quarter contains additional uncertainty. Of course, you should never build product roadmaps in a vacuum. Your roadmap should enable you to move product goals and business objectives forward. Ideally, you should tie your roadmap to North Star metrics and counter metrics to keep your product goals moving forward. You want to build towards the big picture. A good way to is by asking yourself, how will your product yield value to your customers in a crowded competitive landscape? In product management, you're always confronted with several viable options. A product strategy requires you to choose one viable option from a plethora of others and to reject many more. Because a roadmap pushes you to take each step one at a time, it implies that you will take each step in a set order. This provides an organized plan for the team to follow. You can also get feedback from customers on why particular goods should be included or removed by sharing with them. Many times, roadmaps are used to pitch or encourage clients to buy into the startup's present product in order to be a part of future enhancements or innovations. Product roadmaps, when used appropriately, can help product managers promote impact and alignment across key stakeholders. Product roadmaps are used by almost all product managers today. Inquiring with other product specialists is an excellent way to learn how they approach the problem. While each team may use different tools to keep track of their product roadmaps, even simple tools like a Google spreadsheet or a Microsoft Excel document can help you create attractive roadmaps. To begin, a product roadmap should be high level and should not go into detail about any single identified items. Idea for a new product feature. User requirements and story. Effort is necessary. You'll have to collaborate with your team to choose the best approach to define the required effort. This could be a cost in terms of time or money. Sequence. Which of the tasks should be completed first? Which tasks should be delegated to a later date? Make sure to use priority to figure out what will provide you with the best return on investment. Date of expected release. Keep this high level and either come up with or collaborate with your engineering manager to estimate the time it will take to develop the feature. While most product managers are tool agnostic, familiarizing yourself with some common road mapping tools will help you get ahead of the game. Prodpad is a tool that allows you to gather ideas and feedback, generate product specifications, and create a product roadmap. Product Plan is a tool that allows you to plan and share your product roadmap. Onboard is a product management system that assists teams in creating products that customers want. When people start placing concrete dates on their roadmaps, I see them break apart. There's a common misunderstanding about what a roadmap is and isn't. It's an artifact that indicates the direction in which you're going to accomplish the product vision. Practices of a product manager. Develop a strategy. Having a good framework for the course of action increases the likelihood of producing results. This framework or plan must consider both short and long-term goals for the product. Short-term objectives are those that you wish to accomplish in the next 6 months to a year. Long-term ones are concerned with the product's initial insight and how you want to establish it in the future using product management best practices. 2. Understanding the company's goals. This is the ability to comprehend your company's definition of success. You must comprehend how the product contributes to the company's goals. It also aids in the identification of possible clients and how the product may be tailored to their needs. It's critical to identify and connect oneself with the company's executives' objectives. 3. Recognizing the customer's requirements. It is critical to maintain track of the comments received from customers. The customer may run into a difficulty that they are unable to resolve. You must design your goods to address these issues. Having a thorough understanding of their problems should thus be beneficial when employing product management best practices. Prioritize your tasks strategically. Your development pace may come to a halt if your team cannot agree on how to prioritize competing features. Allow strategy to help you in determining what should be prioritized on your roadmap. The what of the work is to plan out your features in relation to your initiatives, which are linked to your aims. After that, Present it to your development team to be broken down into technical requirements. This is how the job is done. You'll almost certainly wind up with a backlog of features all related to the plan, as well as a staff that understands how each piece of work adds to the overall objectives. There'll be no more wondering what'll happen next. Your team can simply pull work from the top of the prioritized list. Examine the company's sales. The sales crew interacts with current and potential customers the most. It's vital to keep an eye on their records. This may assist you in evaluating your products, as well as their benefits and drawbacks. It's possible that you and your customers have opposing viewpoints about a product. It's critical to consider the product from their perspective. To understand current demand trends, market analysis is required. Before putting a product on the market, you should research these patterns. The analysis will establish whether or not your product will be able to withstand the test of time. A thorough analysis of your product's strengths and flaws is critical to determining its long-term viability. To acquire the finest results, it's crucial to make full use of the top management product services. Get a glimpse of your product. Prioritize having hands-on experience with your product before seeking feedback. Before you create a marketing strategy for your product, try it out. If there is a paid version, look at how it differs from the free version. You may also try out the user interface for specific goods. This should give you a good estimate of the likelihood of the buyer encountering a malfunction or issue. Plan, discard, and reconsider your strategy. A product manager is responsible for a variety of tasks at the same time. Managing each department is a difficult task. Even if you have a strategy in place, things can easily go wrong. It is critical to be adaptable and resourceful. It is not a sensible idea to stick to a plan that is clearly doomed to fail. Work to identify any potential loops and eradicate them as soon as feasible. Make sure you're ready to change things up as needed. Give each team the same amount of weight. A product manager must work with a variety of departments within the firm. All teams contribute to the life of a product, including development, testing, analysis, sales, marketing, and so on. Maintain regular contact with each team and provide guidance as needed. You might be needed as a visionary by some teams, while you might be needed as a product manager. Let's take a look at the fundamental competencies of a product manager. The following are a few of the most crucial abilities in my opinion, based on my own experience. Conducting client interviews and user testing. Leading design sprints. Prioritizing features and mapping out a roadmap. Resource allocation as an art, not a science. Market analyses. Success measures development and tracking. Help me to understand the key skills of a product manager. You are the repository keeper of all product knowledge as the product manager. That means you should also be an information disseminator. It's your responsibility to keep internal and external team members informed about what's going on. It's also your responsibility to provide your design, engineering, and development teams with clear and thorough direction and guidance. The most satisfying aspect of the product manager's job is spending time with users. It's also one of the most efficient ways to get a product to market. After all, one of the most important drivers of growth is client loyalty. You are the customer's voice within your firm as a product manager. It is your responsibility to gain a thorough understanding of their requirements so that you can effectively advocate for a solution that fulfills those requirements. Being able to empathize with your customers with passionate empathy. Sample starter questions include: what is it about this product that appeals to you? How does it make your life easier? What issue has this product assisted you in resolving? What new issues would you like it to assist you with? It's your responsibility as a product manager to market your ideas to the engineers who can make your vision a reality. You'll need to know how engineers think in order to execute this well. This implies you'll need to be tech savvy enough to talk about the technical components of your product. You also need to understand how to properly communicate your product vision to engineers. To present your ideas to engineers, you'll need a combination of zealous evangelism, captivating narrative, and genuine empathy. You'll need serious people skills if you want to be a successful product manager. Business and technical abilities are crucial, but without equally strong leadership and interpersonal skills, you won't be able to bring your product vision to reality. A product manager's initial step is to identify an opportunity to create a new successful product or to improve an existing one by adding critical features. When a company selects how to construct or improve a product, the product manager must be aware of current trends in order to make the best selections. The following are examples of skill sets. Comprehending a product and its associated client needs. Understanding of the market. Strategic thinking, innovation awareness. Technological expertise. Exceptional communication abilities. Management of interpersonal relationships. Empathy and comprehension of user behavior. Capacity to communicate business and technical requirements to all team members. A good product manager is also in charge of ensuring that the product vision and the product team are on the same page. This necessitates linking daily tasks to the overall plan so that A, initiatives are correctly prioritized, and B, the entire team understands and is inspired by the eventual impact of their work. In other words, you must first encourage people by clearly explaining the big picture and why it matters to customers and the firm, and then you must assist each team member in doing their best work. I should ask myself as a product manager. Asking right set of questions is always mandatory in any role or path. Few of those are. In any function or career path, asking the proper questions is a must. One of them is 1. What is the issue you're trying to solve? What makes this a worthwhile problem to solve? What are the best metrics to use? Is it in line with our company's vision? Who is our bare minimum audience? How do I assemble a coherent core team dedicated to creating or developing a fantastic product? How do I create a product roadmap that incorporates key themes and priorities? Will the proposed modifications improve or worsen the team's lives? Why do you think you were drawn to those activities? What is the result of this collaboration? For whom are we constructing a product management process? How will the present model be effective if we add, update, or replace? Consider preparing a cake as an example of how vital it is to realize how crucial it is. You have a decent chance of producing a great cake if you follow a recipe. You might even memorize it and be able to make fantastic cakes on your own. However, if you wish to run a bakery with a variety of employees, bakers, purchasers, cashiers, and so on, you'll need that recipe to keep churning out delicious cakes. The framework below will offer you a complete picture of all the areas to consider during the product management framework. This is, once again, my opinion, and you may have a fantastic procedure to follow. The basic responsibilities of product management are to: firstly, gain a thorough understanding of consumers and their tasks. Second, identify new product opportunities. Third, define what to produce. 1. Technically possible. 2. Valuable to the customer. 3. Simple to use. And 4th, manage product development. There are few disciplines of the product management: customer development, product development, sales, manufacturing, accounting, and marketing. Each of the focus areas will help you to prepare your product rollout. Consumers may notice if you make one amazing product, as we always know. However, if you don't do it again, they'll forget about you and move on to the next thing. Continue to improve your items. This hand-drawn picture explains key focus areas of a product manager. Every product team is made up of multiple individuals, including those in management. A product manager, a project manager, and a product marketing manager are usually present. Each manager has specific obligations that are limited to his or her area of responsibility. The product manager's role is substantially broader, encompassing actions at all levels. To better comprehend the function of a product manager, let's describe the first two responsibilities. The hierarchy of product manager. Let us discuss here. Product manager is the person who develops and manages product management from the ground up, both within and externally. Throughout the process, the product manager creates positioning strategy in collaboration with stakeholders and teams. The product manager's primary tasks include: develop a vision, prioritize processes and activities, develop product pricing and positioning strategies, negotiate with stakeholders, create and follow a roadmap, arrange product testing groups, drive product launch, participate in the development of promotion plans, build and maintain product awareness on all levels among product teams. Stakeholders are people who have an interest in the end product, may influence the product management and development process, and are involved in decision-making are referred to as stakeholders. Clients, investors, and even product users are all examples of stakeholders in product management. Their roles include: providing input on product concepts, detailing needs, contributing new features to product development, approving or disapproving product features, influencing decision-making and timelines, identify potential product management risks and concerns, provide appropriate resources for product development, stay updated about the product's lifetime. The marketing manager is in charge of the product's commercialization, branding, and positioning. Market research, packaging, sales team training, and promotional activity and event planning are all responsibilities of the product marketing manager. He also does the following ones. Defining user personas and learning about customers is the responsibility of this person. Creating a marketing plan for a product. Communicating the product's worth to the market. Creating sales tools for a product. The project manager oversees the internal product development process, ensuring that the project is completed on schedule and within budget. To ensure that the product is delivered on time, the project manager keeps track of development and manages all internal resources and team members, engineers and designers. There's also a business analyst, who translates business requirements from stakeholders into development tasks for the tech. Few of the roles in the market for product manager are: product manager, senior product manager, associate product manager, technical product manager, lean product manager, principal product manager, director of product management, etc. Few areas to be considered during the product manager career, which are: during a product manager's career, there are a few things to keep in mind. Strategic thinking, the ability to provide solutions to increasingly complex problems and products, as well as internal thinking leadership. Included are brainstorming, structuring thought, driving strategy, and establishing yourself as a go-to expert. Clear written and vocal communication to larger and more high-stakes audiences. Drafting concise emails, talking effectively in person, and writing and delivering presentations are all examples. Collaboration, greater facilitation and getting things done with people within and across teams is becoming more common. Participate actively in meetings, lead meetings, administer squad processes, solve problems with other squads, and appropriately prevent and diffuse tension. Mastering the user science toolbox, in order to better understand people and tailor products to their requirements and behaviors. Using survey, interview, prototyping, A/B testing, and analytics tools to success, understanding, and portraying various user types and their demands, and distilling user science into insight are just a few examples. Technicals, collaborating effectively across the team using product management and partner function, engineering, design, technologies. Writing tales, analyzing data, creating prototypes, and comprehending CO are just a few examples. Benefit realization method. In this benefit realization method, analogy will help them to formulate benefits and they can quantify them according to the ROI. 1. High complexity. 2. Unclear results, no guarantee of value. 3. Time to market pressures, and 4. Higher risks to meet business goals. The work statement is not properly stated, and the assumptions are impractical. One of the most important goals in any project is to quantify the benefits after the product has been successfully implemented. However, the question we should address before we begin is what business benefits will be realized. This is an extremely crucial thing to consider. Let us understand benefits and assumptions, as well as how each benefit will be realized. Metrics, such as key performance indicators, KPIs, and procedures for tracking success against objectives. Benefits management roles and duties. How will the resulting benefits and capabilities be transformed into an operational state so that they can be realized? How will the resulting capabilities be transferred to the people, groups, or organizations in charge of maintaining the benefits? For example, the value of improved customer experience, an intangible benefit, achieved through a new website with AI engine, a project output, might be assessed in monetary terms through greater website sales, a substitute for a tangible measure, less the cost of installing AI project. So the benefits are: 1. Identify benefits, to see if projects, programs, or portfolios can deliver the desired business outcomes. 2. Execute benefits management to reduce future benefit risks while maximizing the possibility to acquire more benefits. To ensure that whatever the project or program produces continues to produce value. Let's talk about how to measure product engagement in this section. Gauging product engagement hasn't always been as straightforward as, example, measuring sentiment with NPS, because there are so many different product metrics, and ways to measure them, at a PM's disposal. Product engagement scope provides a unified picture of product engagement for product managers. There are 3 metrics that make up the score. Feature adoption is defined as the percentage of features that produce 80% of click volume. App retention is the percentage of users who stick with the app after the first 3 months. Product managers claim their decision-making process is more reliant on data than gut when it comes to the percentage of consumers that return every day, DAU/MAU. However, as with many aspects of product, everyone, or every organization, has their own data methodology. In this section we will understand Product Compass. This will help product managers to articulate their vision and product information into consolidated place in a big picture way. Write down your name of product. Your product goals. What metrics to determine your goal? Who are the target group of people and describe their personas? Write down the big picture like epics, storyboards, mock-ups, etc. Write down the complete breakup of product details look like of a product manager. 3 major categories of a day in product manager. Category -1, communicating and connecting. Organizing a regular meeting of the core team. Meeting with the support group on a regular basis. Ascertain that they are properly trained to service clients and that they are able to provide any crucial market feedback. Sales meetings should be held on a regular basis. Ascertain that they have the appropriate language and materials in place to sell the product and to collect feedback from customers and prospects. Meetings with development are held frequently. Check in on their progress, evaluate their demos, answer any questions they have, and, if necessary, assist them in grooming user stories. Marketing should be met on a regular basis. Follow up on campaigns, talk about your product marketing strategy, and look over your marketing success metrics. Category 2, analyzing and learning. Examining the sales, marketing, and income figures for your goods. Examining the rest of your key performance indicators, KPIs. Creating or upgrading your product's sales training content. Reading analyst reports, important blogs, your competitors' product literature, market news, and so on to learn about your market. Analyzing and studying the usage data for your product. Category 3. Making a decision and documenting it. Keeping track of significant takeaways from meetings, for example, support team meetings, and ensuring that those data points get to the relevant people. After writing your problem statements and hypotheses, distribute them to the appropriate stakeholders. Creating and updating your Kanban board to ensure that it accurately reflects your current objectives and progress. This Kanban board will be useful for your core team meetings and for guiding your work. Updating your product roadmap to ensure that all of your internal and external stakeholders are aware of your product's strategic vision and plans. Examining and pruning your backlog of products. Modernizing product management necessitates a transformation in business culture and thinking in addition to an incremental movement in architecture. If you're a product manager, you already know how crucial effective tools are for daily planning and management of your team's development. If you're seeking for apps that help you manage and streamline your workflow, look no further. App 1 Pinpoint Markup Screenshots on iOS. Pinpoint is a must-have solution for giving mobile app feedback as swiftly and easily as possible. With a few touches, you can mark up anything on your phone and email it to your team. The functionality is purposely minimal, providing only what you require without any additional frills. All product managers who deal with their teams on mobile app development should read this book. App 2 Product Plan, the easiest way to plan, visualize, and share your product roadmap. There are a lot of road mapping software out there, but this one is definitely worth a shot. Drag and drop pieces, various calendar templates, e.g. months, quarters, sprints, etc., visual milestone dates, and infinite lanes help you build your team's next roadmap in minutes, for different product lines, teams, and initiatives. You can also create your own legend, tag almost anything, and prioritize your roadmap using the benefit versus cost feature. If you're already using Jira to track issues and projects, Product Plan works seamlessly with it. App 3 Tailor Stitch your conversations, websites, emails, and more on iOS. If you're working on a mobile app and need to capture a screenshot of an entire page, Tailor is a terrific tool to use. In most cases, you'll need to snap many screenshots and then combine them later. This program simplifies the process by sewing together a succession of overlapping screenshots of conversations, web pages, apps, and emails taken on iOS into a single complete snapshot. App 4 Product Board, a beautiful product management tool for lean startups. Product Board is a platform that allows you to centralize all of your research and use it in more intelligent ways to make better prioritization and product decisions. You can organize and structure your qualitative research so that you can quickly detect patterns in user behavior and, as a result, identify the product features that are most important to your target audience. If your team is getting bogged down in implementation details, this tool will help you regain focus by allowing you to more clearly identify the core issues that specific consumer groups are experiencing. No more squandering time developing functionality that your users don't desire or require. App 5 User Onboard Onboarding Teardowns of popular sites/services. We feel that instead of reinventing the wheel, it's ideal to learn from some of the most successful pre-existing sites and apps while developing something new. You may find dozens of in-depth UX teardowns at User Onboarding to understand how prominent web apps handle their sign-up experiences. If you're wanting to improve your app's user conversion rate rapidly, and who isn't, this is a terrific resource for leveraging already proven UX ideas. App 6 Prodpad, build product roadmaps, manage ideas, and make users happy. This is a fantastic product management application that allows you to see and prioritize ideas from throughout your organization. The theme-based roadmap in Prodpad will keep your product team organized and focused, but it's also designed for non-product individuals. Anyone at your firm can now see which issues you're prioritizing, which means there'll be less uncertainty and doubt about what your team is working on. Customer input can also be gathered and linked to other ideas in your backlog. If you want to make a case for certain features and issues to build and repair first, this is a fantastic feature. This is a fantastic road mapping tool for your entire firm. Wishing you the best of luck in your product manager role, with excellent decision making, increased concentration, and a strong relationship building strategy to produce appealing products. Product managers who are good at what they do know how to win. They also triumph in the
NPD stands for New Product Development. Let us understand how this works out. NPD, initiatives, and determine whether their projects are compatible with this strategy. A web of strategies surrounds a new product strategy. It is tied to marketing strategy, technological strategy, and the overall corporate strategy, and its goals are generated from them. New things are not required simply because they are new. They are required because they meet the needs of both the client and the organization. The corporation. The organization's plan will articulate the necessity, and there may be comments about pursuing technological leadership or being a prominent innovator in its objective statement. However, many new product developments are not focused on world-first inventions, which is partly due to the fact that many businesses are followers and not innovators in their field. NPD for a follower can be much different than that of a leader. On a short-term or long-term basis, competitive strategy may influence new product planning. In the short term, a defensive stance may imply that product varieties are required to shore up a losing market share, which is possibly due to a competitor's active new product activities. In the longer run, competitive strategy may seek a more profound contribution from new products. A strategy may look for new product categories to be developed, within the same or a related technology or in a new technology area. These new products may appeal to the organization's traditional customer base or seek new customer segments. This more radical product development would, more likely, be subject to thorough marketing and technical research, development, and testing. There are 5 fundamental choices to be made. 1. What are the product attribute target values? 2. What is the product concept going to look like? 3. What product versions will be available? 4. What is the architecture of the product? 5. How will the product's general physical form and industrial design be? 1. Ongoing corporate planning. In this section, let us understand how this will be applicable. It is very formal exercise in large organizations, involving strategic planners and senior management who are responsible for the company's future orientation. 2. Ongoing market planning. In this section, let us understand how this will be applicable. Market planners' decisions could have just as big an impact. For example, learning that a competitor is planning to release an enhanced tennis shoe with new features may compel the company to begin 5 new product development projects. 2 of these projects might be set up to look into the usage of new sole materials, 1 could be set up to develop a series of new designs, 1 could look into alternative fastenings, and 1 could be set up to save production costs. 3. Ongoing technology investments. This work is probably more important than continuing market planning in most science and technology-intensive sectors, such as pharmaceuticals and computer software. There is a high level of technological awareness. Continual study of internal R&D projects and external technology scavenging will yield a slew of technical opportunities for the company to examine. Let us understand the following areas will help to focus better for NPD. In the market penetration, within a company's existing markets, opportunities are stated to exist by growing sales volume. Many businesses take the approach of increasing market share for their existing products by utilizing the complete spectrum of marketing mix activities. In the market development, making items available to new markets is stated to provide growth chances for a company's products. In this case, the corporation chooses to grow and penetrate new markets rather than retain the security of its existing products. Opening up new categories might help to expand the market. In the product development, to ensure that their products are able to compete with the competition by regularly improving and updating their existing products. This is an ongoing activity for most companies. New to the world products equals these products make only a minor part of the total number of new products introduced. They're the first of their kind, and they're paving the way for a new market. They are inventions that usually include a substantial technological advancement, such as a new discovery, or that utilize existing technology in a novel way, resulting in revolutionary new designs. New product lines. New to the firm, equals these goods are new to the company, even though they are not new to the market. They give the organization the chance to enter a well-established market for the first time. From concept to market, this is the process of bringing a product or service to market. Beginning with ideation and concept development and finishing with the product's launch to the market, the process lays out a sequence of stages that new products normally go through. Depending on the nature of the business, some of the stages may overlap or differ. Few areas we will consider. Reduction in costs. From a marketing standpoint, this product category may not be considered novel, owing to the fact that it provides no new benefits to the consumer other than maybe lower pricing. However, from the firm's standpoint, they could be quite substantial. The capacity to provide comparable performance while lowering production costs has huge added value potential. Indeed, it is typically this type of new product that can bring the most financial benefits to the company. Improved production processes and the use of various materials are important contributors. Repositioning. These new items are simply new applications for old products that have been discovered. This is as much about consumer perception and branding as it is about technical advancement. Nonetheless, this is an essential category. Aspirin, for example, has been shifted from an analgesic to an over-the-counter medication for blood clots and may help prevent strokes and heart attacks as a result of medical science's finding that it thins blood. Customer roles in NPD. Customer as resource, the challenges would be appropriateness of customer as a source of innovation. Selection of customer innovator. Need for varied customer incentives. Infrastructure for capturing customer knowledge. Differential role of existing, current, and potential, future, customers. Customer as co-creator, the challenges are involvement in a wide range of design and development tasks. Nature of the NPD context, industrial/consumer products. Tighter coupling with internal NPD teams. Managing the attendant project uncertainty. Customer as user, the challenges would be ongoing activity. Infrastructure to support customer interactions. The time it takes for a product to go from concept to market is referred to as time to market, TTM. TTM is critical in businesses where items quickly become obsolete. TTM is commonly assumed to be most important for creative items, however the first mover frequently has the luxury of time, but the clock is obviously ticking for the follows. TTM varies greatly by industry, for example, 15 years in aircraft and 6 months in food goods. In many ways. However, a company's TTM capabilities in comparison to its immediate competitors is significantly more essential than its raw statistic. The life cycle of NPD is 1. Concept generation, brainstorming and coming up with new and inventive ideas. Consider coming up with fresh product and service concepts. 2. Idea evaluation, weeding out any ideas that aren't worth pursuing. Examine a new product or service concept. 3. Definition of the concept, taking into account factors such as technological feasibility, product design, and market potential. Investigate new product and service concepts. 4. Strategic analysis, verifying that your ideas are compatible with your company's strategic aims, as well as assessing demand, costs, and profit margins. 5. Product development and testing, developing a prototype or pilot service. See concept development and testing for further information. 6. Market testing entails altering a product or service in response to comments from customers, manufacturers, and support organizations. This entails figuring out the optimal time and method for testing your new product or service. Learn how to conduct market research. 7. Commercialization, deciding on a price point for your product or service and finalizing marketing strategies. For a new product or service, see price strategy. 8. Product launch. A well-thought-out launch strategy can help ensure a seamless product launch. In most circumstances, taking a phased approach to product development can help you stay on track with your timeline, resources, and prices. Some of the best practice will help you to manage it better. Begin by considering the demands and frustrations of your users. Make use of market research and feedback from your own users. Don't try to come up with new ideas in a vacuum. Keep in touch with your coworkers on a regular basis. Knowledge and insights should be shared. Use one of the many frameworks available to help you with your product development. Don't try to develop without first putting together a system. Validate your product concepts as early as feasible in the process. For some items, this may entail a soft launch, in which you test the product with a limited number of early adopters before launching it to the general public. Validate your product concepts as early as feasible in the process. For some items, the overall corporate strategy and its goals are generated from them. New things are not required simply because they are new. They are required because they meet the needs of both the client and the organization. The corporation. The organization's plan will articulate the necessity, and there may be comments about pursuing technological leadership or being a prominent innovator in its objective statement. However, many new product developments are not focused on world-first inventions, which is partly due to the fact that many businesses are followers and not innovators in their field. NPD for a follower can be much different than that of a leader. On a short-term or long-term basis, competitive strategy may influence new product planning. In the short term, a defensive stance may imply that product varieties are required to shore up a losing market share, which is possibly due to a competitor's active new product activities. In the longer run, competitive strategy may seek a more profound contribution from new products. A strategy may look for new product categories to be developed, within the same or a related technology or in a new technology area. These new products may appeal to the organization's traditional customer base or seek new customer segments. This more radical product development would, more likely, be subject to thorough marketing and technical research, development, and testing. There are 5 fundamental choices to be made. 1. What are the product attribute target values? 2. What is the product concept going to look like? 3. What product versions will be available? 4. What is the architecture of the product? 5. How will the product's general physical form and industrial design be? 1. Ongoing corporate planning. In this section, let us understand how this will be applicable. It is very formal exercise in large organizations, involving strategic planners and senior management who are responsible for the company's future orientation. 2. Ongoing market planning. In this section, let us understand how this will be applicable. Market planners' decisions could have just as big an impact. For example, learning that a competitor is planning to release an enhanced tennis shoe with new features may compel the company to begin 5 new product development projects. 2 of these projects might be set up to look into the usage of new sole materials, 1 could be set up to develop a series of new designs, 1 could look into alternative fastenings, and 1 could be set up to save production costs. 3. Ongoing technology investments. This work is probably more important than continuing market planning in most science and technology-intensive sectors, such as pharmaceuticals and computer software. There is a high level of technological awareness. Continual study of internal R&D projects and external technology scavenging will yield a slew of technical opportunities for the company to examine. Let us understand the following areas will help to focus better for NPD. In the market penetration, within a company's existing markets, opportunities are stated to exist by growing sales volume. Many businesses take the approach of increasing market share for their existing products by utilizing the complete spectrum of marketing mix activities. In the market development, making items available to new markets is stated to provide growth chances for a company's products. In this case, the corporation chooses to grow and penetrate new markets rather than retain the security of its existing products. Opening up new categories might help to expand the market. In the product development, to ensure that their products are able to compete with the competition by regularly improving and updating their existing products. This is an ongoing activity for most companies. New to the world products equals these products make only a minor part of the total number of new products introduced. They're the first of their kind, and they're paving the way for a new market. They are inventions that usually include a substantial technological advancement, such as a new discovery, or that utilize existing technology in a novel way, resulting in revolutionary new designs. New product lines, new to the firm, equals these goods are new to the company, even though they are not new to the market. They give the organization the chance to enter a well-established market for the first time. From concept to market, this is the process of bringing a product or service to market. Beginning with ideation and concept development and finishing with the product's launch to the market, the process lays out a sequence of stages that new products normally go through. Depending on the nature of the business, some of the stages may overlap or differ. Few areas we will consider. Reduction in costs. From a marketing standpoint, this product category may not be considered novel, owing to the fact that it provides no new benefits to the consumer other than maybe lower pricing. However, from the firm's standpoint, they could be quite substantial. The capacity to provide comparable performance while lowering production costs has huge added value potential. Indeed, it is typically this type of new product that can bring the most financial benefits to the company. Improved production processes and the use of various materials are important contributors. Repositioning. These new items are simply new applications for old products that have been discovered. This is as much about consumer perception and branding as it is about technical advancement. Nonetheless, this is an essential category. Aspirin, for example, has been shifted from an analgesic to an over-the-counter medication for blood clots and may help prevent strokes and heart attacks as a result of medical science's finding that it thins blood. Customer roles in NPD. Customer as resource, the challenges would be appropriateness of customer as a source of innovation. Selection of customer innovator. Need for varied customer incentives. Infrastructure for capturing customer knowledge. Differential role of existing, current, and potential, future, customers. Customer as co-creator, the challenges are involvement in a wide range of design and development tasks. Nature of the NPD context, industrial/consumer products. Tighter coupling with internal NPD teams. Managing the attendant project uncertainty. Customer as user, the challenges would be ongoing activity. For the follows. TTM varies greatly by industry, for example, 15 years in aircraft and 6 months in food goods. In many ways. However, a company's TTM capabilities in comparison to its immediate competitors is significantly more essential than its raw statistic. The life cycle of NPD is 1. Concept generation, brainstorming and coming up with new and inventive ideas. Consider coming up with fresh product and service concepts. 2. Idea evaluation, weeding out any ideas that aren't worth pursuing. Examine a new product or service concept. 3. Definition of the concept, taking into account factors such as technological feasibility, product design, and market potential. Investigate new product and service concepts. 4. Strategic analysis, verifying that your ideas are compatible with your company's strategic aims, as well as assessing demand, costs, and profit margins. 5. Product development and testing, developing a prototype or pilot service. See concept development and testing for further information. 6. Market testing entails altering a product or service in response to comments from customers, manufacturers, and support organizations. This entails figuring out the optimal time and method for testing your new product or service. Learn how to conduct market research. 7. Commercialization, deciding on a price point for your product or service and finalizing marketing strategies. For a new product or service, see price strategy. 8. Product launch. A well-thought-out launch strategy can help ensure a seamless product launch. In most circumstances, taking a phased approach to product development can help you stay on track with your timeline, resources, and prices. Some of the best practice will help you to manage it business. Some of the stages may overlap or differ. Few areas we will consider. Reduction in costs. From a marketing standpoint, this product category may not be considered novel, owing to the fact that it provides no new benefits to the consumer other than maybe lower pricing. However, from the firm's standpoint, they could be quite substantial. The capacity to provide comparable performance while lowering production costs has huge added value potential. Indeed, it is typically this type of new product that can bring the most financial benefits to the company. Improved production processes and the use of various materials are important contributors. Repositioning. These new items are simply new applications for old products that have been discovered. This is as much about consumer perception and branding as it is about technical advancement. Nonetheless, this is an essential category. Aspirin, for example, has been shifted from an analgesic to an over-the-counter medication for blood clots and may help prevent strokes and heart attacks as a result of medical science's finding that it thins blood. Customer roles in NPD. Customer as resource, the challenges would be appropriateness of customer as a source of innovation, selection of customer innovator, need for varied customer incentives, infrastructure for capturing customer knowledge, differential role of existing, current, and potential, future, customers.